What's up guys, Fissicks here. Just gonna go over a little key binding tutorial, I guess you could say. I found a really efficient way to be able to keybind all your spells while not having everything cluttered, using focus, certain teammates, stuff like that. So basically how I do this is action bar swapping, but really it's just macros. For example, we'll start with my number one. My number one, you just make a macro. No modifier, Shadowword pane. So that means no shift, control, alt, anything. Shadowword pane on my target. With shift, if I hold shift, it switches to Holy Fire. Holy Fire my target. And what I do is I put Holy Fire above my number one on this top action bar so I can see a cooldown of it. I try to keep all my cooldown spells up on my top bar in order to be able to see the cooldown without actually having a bind for it, which is really nice. And then, for example, like control 1 would be like my engineering belt, or my alt 1 is target arena 1. And basically I had these for almost all my spells. It's really helpful. Like, for example, how many dispel macros you might have. You might have yourself, your focus, and just your normal target. I put this all in one macro, and I only have one bind for my main dispel, not including, my normal targets slash my mage and rogue. It's really helpful, and it's really easy. Like, you see some of these double spells like my fear. So when, let's say I'm running and I'm trying to cast a binding heal, I use shift E and I can still see my fear cooldown. It's really helpful. Also, same with pain sup. Like pain sup is F for a target, alt F for myself, and then actually shift F is power infuse myself, and control F would be power infuse my mage. That's like a shit ton of macros. But here, you don't have to go through any of the Blizzard interface, and it's all set up in one macro. I kind of go through how to make these macros a second. Let's use my power word shield for example. Basically all it is, /cast, bracket, no mod or no modifier, close bracket, and the spell. So here for example, see, just power word shield your target. And then let's say you want to cast a power word shield on yourself while targeting an enemy mage, but you don't want to drop target. What you can do is you add another line to the macro, /cast modifier alt, comma, space, target equals whatever name, close bracket, power word shield. This means I can be targeting someone else, hit alt C, and still shield myself. This makes it a lot easier for, especially for healers, when you want to be dispelling that mage. You just want to shield yourself and then dispel yourself quick while not dropping any targets. You can also, if you look close in all my videos, I can be targeting a mage using my dispel macros on my rogue, keeping him mobile while not even targeting him. It's really helpful. But yeah, I just wanted to show that. I got a lot of questions about it. If you have any questions on how to do it, just hit me up. You might notice on some of my macros I use the exclamation point. To me, I heard that helps when you're casting a spell, but really it's not necessary. If it doesn't work, that's why I tried, and usually it works. But pretty much that's how I run. I have like all my cooldown spells up on the top bar while having being able to still see, if I'm in here, my shift bar, I can still see all my cooldowns. I have a shadow spell, shadow or death, fear, if I get locked out on like a mind blast. And I also have healing spells like greater heal up on my top bar. And whenever I'm bar swapped, I can always see all my cooldowns. And then you don't have to do any extra macros. You can have all your macros in a notepad and just like throw them onto a priest and set up your bars. You only have to set up, I only have like a few keys because this top bar doesn't really have that many actual binds, but I just use it to show the cooldowns. So, and I get from a lot of people that it looks a lot cleaner and nicer than like you see all these videos with people with crazy UIs and like 50 dispel macros on their bars, and it just looks retarded. But yeah, so here's a quick vid. Quick update. My main video should be coming out within the next few weeks. Mage Kid actually got banned, so I should have some time these next couple weeks to actually do some video editing, even though I'm not very good at it. So hold on tight for that. That should be really entertaining, funny. Got a lot of good clips. But other than that, that's all I got for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any questions? Hit it up in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Fissicks out. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you the UI I've used all the way since back when I first started playing WoW, and how important it is to always be improving and finding ways to make your UI and key bindings better. Now, as the screenshots go through, make sure you take a look at the clutter, less add-ons, and like more of like my key bindings and how they change and become a lot more visible and easier to see and cleaner, most importantly. And at the end you'll get to see a picture of my UI now. Alright guys, thanks for watching.